Bauler. I'm going to show you how to play my song, I Hope You Die, from my album Real Good People. It's a fun song to play. It's all finger picking. There's no pick involved. It's hands on the guitar, playing all the strings, arpeggios, little slides, little pull-offs. It's a fun song to play. It feels good holding the guitar in your hands. Alright, now of course, like any other time we grab our guitar, we'll always start with tuning. I'll put my little handy snark here on the end. This song, I Hope You Die, is in the key of G major, and it was recorded with the guitar tuned to E standard, A equals 440 hertz, so that's what we're doing. Okay, so the first chord of the song, the root of the entire song, the basis of the song, is a G major. I believe it's a G major 7. I apologize, I'm not actually really great with theory. Always willing to learn, so please, if you know the answer, actually, would you comment and let me know what the name of this chord is. I'll be using my index finger on the 3rd fret of the E string, my ring finger on the 4th fret of the D string, and I'm skipping the A string because my index finger will be muting it by lightly laying over that A string while simultaneously holding the 3rd fret of the E string. Moving on, my pinky will be on the 4th fret of the G string, and my middle finger will be on the 3rd fret of the B string. That's a beautiful chord. We'll begin with the G, and it's like a rolling arpeggio. I'm using my thumb, my index finger, and my ring finger and middle finger will actually be playing together usually. So you'll see how that works. I'm holding that G shape that I showed you, and I'll begin with the thumb and roll up this chord. So that's my thumb's on the E string, my index finger's on the D string, and my middle and ring fingers are both playing the G and B string at the same time. And my thumb comes back and plays that E string one more time to finish it. Shortly after that, G is a fun sliding technique that I use, starting from the 4th fret of the G string to the 5th fret of the G string. So I'm using my ring finger, I'm holding the 4th fret of the G string. My index finger on the picking hand will be only striking once, and that second note is created by the slide. And that's followed by the pinky going on the 5th fret of the E string to make this pretty chord. And I'll play that. The picking fret will be my middle finger here. And it goes back and forth, so it goes. That's the whole sequence. 3 strikes here and 4 notes because of the slide. So the arpeggio. Now we go down the neck, continuing on the G and high E strings. We'll play the 3rd fret of the E string with our index finger and the 4th fret of the G string with the middle finger, and a chord together with the pinky, or I'm sorry, with the index and the middle finger here. So we do that. And then move down the neck to the 2nd frets of both strings, B and E, using the same 2 fingers. So the whole sequence is. So now we'll do the G arpeggio, followed by the slide and the chords moving down the neck. Okay, and the second chord of that progression is an E minor, which here in the intro I'll actually be playing with my index and middle finger of the fretting hand on the 2nd frets of A and D. And if you just played all that with every other string open, that's a E minor. But I add a little sauce here at the top with my pinky on the 3rd fret of the E string, so that's just got a little sauce on there. So after that arpeggio, this one gets arpeggiated as well. I'm going to use my thumb and index and ring and middle together again. So I'm arpeggioing this E string, G string with the index, and then the middle and ring strike the B and E together. And it's the same thing as the G, where I'm going to hit that low E again. So after that chord, we're going to do a similar slide pattern like we did for the last chord, starting with our middle finger on the 2nd fret of the G string, and it's going to slide to 4. So I only strike once here at the index finger on the G string, and my middle finger creates a 2nd note by sliding to the 4th fret. And that gets paired with the 3rd fret of the E string with my index finger. And it'll be a similar pattern, right? A similar sequence. So it'll slide and come back and play this again. So I'm striking again 3 times to make 4 notes. And then I move down the neck in a similar fashion like the other one, playing the 2nd frets of G and E, with also again my index and middle finger, and then open G and E. So all together it's, and that's pretty much the whole intro and the verse. Of course, there's the special event at the end of the intro where I let the chord ring, and it's I hope you die so you don't waste your time, oh yeah. Okay, so that brings us to the chorus. Now for the very first time on the recording, the chorus only plays a G note individually and lets that ring. So it's whoa. And that's just my thumb on the E string and probably my index finger on the 3rd fret of E. Whoa! And I'll go down and do an E minor chord again. It's pretty much just these 2 chords, G and E minor, back and forth in various shapes, various picking patterns. So the E minor for the chorus is my middle finger and ring finger will be on the 2nd frets of A and D for this E minor. And I'll just arpeggio like that, right? My thumb, index, and middle and ring again. And that's E string, G string, B and E string. Now we're going to do a little pull-off technique, which is going to involve my pinky on the 2nd fret of the E string. And it's going to be 2 notes, but I'm only going to strike with the picking hand once, and the fretting hand is actually going to create the 2nd note by pulling off. This is a pull off. So you can imagine, just if you were to just take your pinky and you were just to play this E string right here, you can do that. You can make it create a sound, right, by pulling the string here. So it's the same idea, only with a note in front of it caused by the striking the picking hand. So I'll arpeggio and arpeggio back down after the pull off. So it's and then a B minor chord, which is played in two beats, thumb and all 3 together. And B minor is the 2nd fret of A with the index finger, the 4th fret of D with the ring, the 4th fret of G with the pinky, and the middle finger on the 3rd fret of B. Now you'll notice that that shape was very similar to that G chord we were playing earlier. The pinky, ring, and middle finger all stay in that same shape. So that from B minor. And now this is important because this is the prettiest part of the whole song, is that when you continue that shape, you let those notes ring through to the next section, and that's what gives it the best sound. That's what helps it resonate so well. So I'll arpeggio that E and go to the B minor and then back to the G, and you'll hear that all in sequence. Hear that? Now when I start arpeggiating the G, it'll have another pull off. So it'll be the thumb, index, these two together. And now I'll put my index finger on the second fret of the E string, and I'll do that same pull off. Right? Now it's just my index finger doing it, but it's the same thing where I only strike it once with the picking hand, and then the fretting hand makes a second note. And I'll hold my hand in that chord pattern so I can go back up the arpeggio and continue. And now my ring finger is going to do the pull off for the high E. My middle finger and my index fingers will do the next two notes, going from the B string to the G string. And I'll do the pull off again with the ring finger. So together it's, and then back to E minor, B minor, G, and that's pretty much it. That's the song. That's I Hope You Die. There's really just two sections, an A section, a B section. The intro is the same as the verse. The chorus is the same. And it continues on that chorus pattern for all the continuing uh-ohs. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Please subscribe to the channel. I'll be uploading a ton more content, more how-to videos, more music videos from my original songs. I hope you dig those. I hope you're digging your guitar. I hope you're playing your guitar every day. Spend time with your guitar. Play it, hold it, feel it, practice it, get to know it, give it some time. And thanks for watching.
All right.